Tens of millions of American families continue to struggle to afford 7 days' worth of groceries. That's according to a new study conducted by Hunger Free America. Data showed the number of people who self-reported being without enough food increased more than 29% between October of 2021 and 2022.
When are states going to send out stimulus checks, and to which residents? When is the money going to hit your bank account, or when is it coming in the mail? All that information is right here in this video, as well as could Joe Biden be impeached? Stay tuned to find out. Hey, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another show. I know it's been a minute. We've been super tied up, been super busy, but I had to come back, bring you guys up to date on all this stimulus check news. If you're new to this channel, welcome to the show. My name's John Muro with True Life Investing. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We do a ton of giveaways. There's been a lot of shocking things that have happened today. Yes, there's been a lot of shocking things that happened, but we have the most up-to-date information on stimulus checks and things that are happening right here in this country. So with all that being said, let's dive on the screen. So maybe you like football, maybe you watch football. Well, there's been a huge thing that happened with the player number 3, that he had tackled another player and then kind of had a cardiac arrest. Right here, Bill's Estamar collapses and is given CPR on the field. The NFL suspends game versus the Bengals. It was devastating for much of the team. You could literally see the look on their faces to see, wow, he literally went into cardiac arrest. They had to give him CPR. They had him on the stretcher, and then they had to put him down because he was going into cardiac arrest, and it wasn't pretty. T. Higgins, who was running up the field after a catch, Hamlin got up after the play, then suddenly collapsed. The reporters on the stadium said that Hamlin was given CPR on the field. More than 15 minutes passed from the time Hamlin collapsed to when he was taken off the field. A little after 10 p.m. said on the broadcast that the game was suspended for the night without an immediate update on whether or when the game would be played. The NFL put out a statement that said in part that Hamlin was in critical condition at a local hospital. And guess what? There's no words to describe the shock from all of this. This was very, very shocking. Never happened before. A player just collapsed right there. He needed CPR, and our prayers are with them. There's not really been a whole lot of updates. They said he's just in critical condition, but when the more information is available, then they will give it out. But again, our prayers are with them, because that's something that's very scary. Now, moving on to some giveaway information. No, I'm just joking. We got to talk about this first. So President Joe Biden, could he get impeached? Well, you know that many in the House the Republicans have taken over, right? And so they're looking at what is going to happen when they come in. A lot of them said that they would do investigations, that they would go after Hunter Biden, and then they would go after Joe Biden. Will President Joe Biden be impeached in 2023? Normally the answer would seem no. A lot of people wouldn't think so. But the loudest voices in Congress calling for this have so far been the Reps Majority Taylor Greene of Georgia and Matt Gaetz of Florida. These two are primarily getting on TV and don't seem to aspire at being good at anything else. But in the closing weeks of last year, some rather sober-minded of these conservative commenters began to suggest impeachment, and the suggest momentum could increase. So, in other words, they began talking about it, and little by little, every single day it picked up, and the momentum is really that it could happen. And so a lot of people are really questioning whether or not he would. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure if they could or not, especially with just this last year. But what would you say if he was? Who would you want to go into his spot? Could you imagine Trump running again in 2024? Let us know down in the comments below who you think would be the best person for the job. On this channel, we've got several people that love Trump, several people that love Bernie Sanders. And many people said it's time to give Bernie Sanders a shot. But I'm leaving it up to you guys. I remain neutral. Let me know who you think should be the next president of the United States. Now onto the information that you came for. Stimulus checks 2023. How many states are sending checks? Isn't that one of the biggest questions that everybody is asking? I mean, when are they going to send them? Who's going to send them? And when is that money going to hit your bank account? plenty of states still have money to hand out in 2023. The landscape of the U.S. benefits of both federal and state level was completely changed during COVID-19. We can all agree to that. Well, guess what? That led to the U.S. government creating an array of stimulus packages for every state that could be distributed to the population to help keep people and businesses afloat. That was the whole idea behind the stimulus checks, is that they could keep businesses from closing, shutting down, or going out of business, and they could keep people afloat by making sure they had enough money to put food on their table, make sure they didn't lose their house, they were able to pay their rent, maybe they put gas in their car, take care of the kids. So there was a lot of things that these stimulus checks help out with, and yet again, so many people are asking, when is the federal government going to send them back out? Well, it is against many political principles in America to provide such wide-reaching welfare, but the pandemic represented a special case. In many states, the stimulus has now run out, but in others, took that longer to distribute the money that are still some will be handing out in 2023. So many states kind of took longer to send them out. So guess what? Here in this new year, Happy New Year, 2023, comes 8 states, U.S. states, that are still giving out stimulus money in 2023. I do see them throwing out stimulus checks in 2023 to combat the recession, precisely because all the poor people are telling us that they're 100% sure of a recession in 2023, which will take down all asset prices further. So again, going into a recession, everybody knew going into the new year that right around the corner, a recession was looming, just not too far off. So do we see them throwing out another stimulus check? Well, many would say yes. Going back into that whole thing with people suffering, not being able to put food on their table, not being able to eat, provide for their families, well, that's going to urge our federal government to say, is it time really now to send a stimulus check? And yes, that may be the time. Again, 63% of Americans support the idea of a new stimulus check, and I think that many of you would agree it's time to send out another stimulus check. So which states will send them out? You've got the state of California, you've got the state of Colorado, you've got the state of Idaho, you've got the state of New Jersey, you got the state of Pennsylvania, you got the state of South Carolina, you've got my home state, New Mexico, and last but not least, the state of Illinois. Now, some of these have already begun to send them out in 2022, and they're just delaying and keeping it going into 2023. With California, 5% of those eligible did not receive those checks, but they will receive them by January 15th. Colorado, you will receive your checks by January 31st. Now, if you look at these other states, like Idaho, those are going on. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, South Carolina are going on until March and May. So again, if you would like to look at this news, I'll put the link down in the description below just for you so you could do more research if you want to do so. But we are your advocate for some stimulus check news, and I promise to keep you updated on everything when it comes to stimulus checks. But I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I apologize. I have been overly booked. The last 2 days have been tied up, but I've got some really, really good ideas for our room. We want to do a new setup. We want to change some things around. So yes, I will be making some more videos. I will be making some things look a little bit better. But yet again, your love and support means the world, and I want to thank you for all that you do. So again, the biggest question is, when are they sending them out? Yes, within this month, next month, going into May. Again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget about all the giveaways that we do right here on this channel. All you got to do is make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. You also have another chance to jump in on a giveaway by guessing which movie this quote came from.
Because we live or we die by the clock. We never turn our back on it. And we never, ever allow ourselves the sin of losing track of time.
So there you have it, an easy, great movie back in the 90s. I'm telling you, you'll love it. Wait, was it the 90s? Close enough. Great actor, great movie, and I'm telling you, you're gonna like it, you're gonna love it. You got a chance to get in to win some free giveaways. If you let us know you're the #1 fan, you like and subscribe, you guessed the movie, we'll put your name into a drawing and you will pull it out on the 22nd to give one lucky subscriber a surprise gift. Again, thank you so much for watching. I've got more videos on the way, so stay tuned for that. Have a great day. And again, stay warm, stay safe, stay sanitized. Until next time, I'm John Miro. Peace.